Now, a common reason that a lot of golfers miss putts low is because they underestimate the amount of break that happens very early on in the putt. If you're someone, for example, that uses the apex, or you visualize the apex where the ball would, the highest point the ball would run through, you obviously don't want to aim at that apex. We've discussed about not aiming at the apex. We have to try and determine though how much that ball is going to break in order to run through the apex. That can be difficult, and this is where I see a lot of the visual breakdown for golfers. They struggle to picture that early part, and therefore they're going to miss putts low as a consequence. So here's a simple process for you to use if you're someone that's using the apex. Let's use a similar concept but slightly different. Now what I've done here, I've got the ball on the apex, which is slightly ahead of the middle. And we've got putt view here that's projecting the path that the ball would take. Now I'm going to move this ball from the apex, but what I've done is I've placed the ball 2/3 of the way down the length of the putt. Okay, so if you're someone that can visualize the apex pretty well, visualize that curve going into the hole, I'm going to ask you to pick a point that's 2/3 of the way down the length of the putt. And the reason being is if you're on a fairly planar putt, so the slope's the same, at 2/3 there's a very distinct relationship between where the ball would pass and where you then need to aim it. We've got putt view that projects the baseline, which is a straight line to the hole. We've got the path the ball takes, and we've got the aim line that you need to start the ball on in order for it to run through that curve. We can see there's a distinct relationship at 2/3. Where the ball would pass, you need to aim it twice that distance from the baseline in order to start the ball on line. That's the only point where that relationship occurs, about 2/3 of the way down the length of the putt. So if you're good at building a picture of the curve, then visualize where that ball would pass at 2/3, and then if you can do that, you can get a sense of where you would need to start the ball in order to get the ball to follow that curve. It's twice the distance. Okay, so where the ball passes at 2/3, you can then visualize where twice the distance would be from the baseline. That gives you a sense of your aim line. If you can do that, you will not underestimate the first part of the putt. I see people see the ball travel so straight to get to that curve, where the reality is, to get to that point, you need to aim the ball twice as high from that baseline. So, very simple concept for you to go and practice. If you're someone that misses putts low, you can visualize the curve, then pick a point at 2/3 along the length of the putt, double that distance from the baseline. That's your aim line. That's going to help you start putts on line and hopefully hole more putts.